Hey guys, it's Oluchi for Ways Breakfast. Thanks for always tuning in. Our research has shown that you're probably not subscribed to our channel. What are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you never miss out on our latest content and stay in the loop with all things Ways. If the channel grows, it means more great content for you guys. So hit that subscribe button now. Hey guys.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news. I am Uti Elu, and today I'm joined on set by not one, but two gorgeous ladies. The glass wearing Funky Franca and the the glowing Mercy
Oh, thank
in this
you.
wonderful fabric that I'm feeling. You're giving us
Thank you.
African vibes.
Yes, it's just, what to anticipate 1st of October, the National Ashwebi. Don't say that.
Let
I
me
mean,
say we're going to give the National Ashwebi conversation
Yeah.
a bit more time. Don't just slip it in there.
no, I'm just saying that I'm practicing.
You're practicing.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. How's everybody doing today?
Very well. I'm okay. I haven't seen you in a very long time.
I know.
Because I remember the last time I saw you, petrol wasn't selling for 1,000 plus. It
Uh,
feels like, you were coming from a different.
this is life now. So we say before
And
no,
after.
this is I will start counting time as BT and 80 before Tinubu and
After
after Tinubu because too many things have changed in our lives.
I have a picture. I have a picture of my before.
You have a before picture, okay? So
Oh yeah, that's one you showed to us yesterday.
keep it well
Yeah, like
until we're ready for the
After.
after picture. I'll be able to assess based on it. But it's an interesting time to be a Nigerian. It's an interesting time to be alive. I love Nigeria. No, you see, nothing can make me love Nigeria any less. I'm sorry, I love Nigeria. We have some of the best real estate on God's green earth, this planet. God loved us when He gave us this place, Nigeria. See, as your weather is fine, you don't have any natural disaster like that. When you hear, it's usually that it's bad
Small
behavior
tremor.
of man, not really natural disaster. So, see me, I can be in perspective and I can thank the Lord for the right things. So, I love Nigeria. Nigeria is wonderful. It's my country, it's my home, it's my land. I love Nigeria. I'm sorry. Because there's nothing you can tell me. We have issues, though, just as every other country in the world has issues. I mean, in America, that's supposed to be the first world country. Trump is an option. So let's move on. Abby? But it's true now. I can't say anything else more than that. Trump in America, and they've been a democracy for a lot longer than we have been. But let me just leave it.
And Nigerians
So-
are actually supporting from here. Does that tell you something?
Again, that's why I said there are problems everywhere. But let's not digress. Yeah. If you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV, please click the subscribe button now, like, and share the link. We don't want you to watch Ways alone. So it's our ladies' night out, and today we'll be talking about Lagos boarding fees hike. We're balancing the costs and student welfare. So here's what we found as today's quote: "School is not meant for the poor, only for the rich," and that's our former president Olusegun Obasanjo. See this quote, when I first saw it, my first thought was, see, this right here is the problem. School is not meant for the
But
rich.
it's not today he made this statement.
I know. But you see, this kind of statement is the problem. because a lot of the issues that we're facing in Nigeria today stems from the degradation in our education sector. I've said it many times on this show. If you grew up in the 80s, you probably went to a unity school, you went to a government school, if not primary school, secondary school, thereabouts. I said, so I don't know the context of this statement, so I don't want to dwell too much on it. But what the point I was trying to make is education is the foundation, right? When we say children are the leaders of tomorrow, the future of the nation, it's all predicated on having a great education. When we joke and we say things like common sense is not common, why? That statement, it expresses the lack of critical reasoning. So you see people, grown adults, and they struggle to connect the dots. Why? Because when they were children and they should have been educated properly, developed critical reasoning, developed communication skills, all of those things were lost. They were either not done at all or they were not done properly. They say one out of every 5 uneducated or out of school children in the world is Nigerian. So we have a huge problem around education. So, I mean, our topic today, there is so much to say about it, to be honest. When I saw it, I just thought to myself, no, this doesn't make any sense at all. But I'm really looking forward to hearing your perspectives on this topic today and this price hike. I think, I always have interesting points of view. So I really want to hear what you have to say. And when we open our phone lines, we also love to hear what you have to say. But let's take a quick break and we'll come back and see what we found in the news. Please stay with us. You're still watching Ways. So today is National IT Professionals Day. It is celebrated on 17th of September every year. The day honors and recognizes the contributions of IT professionals, including their efforts in maintaining technology infrastructure, solving technical problems, and supporting digital innovation. It's an excellent opportunity to appreciate the crucial role IT professionals play in various sectors, including tourism, where technology can enhance experiences, security, and overall management. So a few exciting ways to celebrate National IT Professionals Day includes organizing events, recognizing their achievements, networking, and promoting IT education. No, Messi is not an IT professional.
What's it?
Franca. No, okay, so no. I'm not trying to say that you're not digitally savvy. I'm just saying I know what you do, so I know you're not an IT professional.
Well, what do you say that? So what is IT?
Are you an IT professional?
But what's IT first?
Information technology, people that work in infrastructure, networking, people that developers.
Coders.
No, so you see, that's where the problem lies, right?
Educators.
No, that's where the problem lies. Everything that we do now, we live in a tech economy.
The consumers of technology are not IT professionals from the context of this D.
So so I work with on the other side. So maybe you don't know, I work with a fintech company.
Okay.
Yeah. And
what do you do for the fintech?
So the fintech, what I do for the fintech, I create content.
You're not
them.
a tech person. You work for a fintech.
No. That's the problem, because I think that we have actually limited tech and information technology to just coding and web developing. So the thing is,
there's a lot outside of that.
That's what I'm saying.
But it doesn't involve content
So the
creation.
job is actually so how I work is I work remotely, and that can only be driven by technology. Where I have my boss in Rwanda, and I have other colleagues in Kenya, and have some people in Canada and where have you. Now you can't do a lot of things if technology is not.
Oh yeah, so there's a part of technology
that's what I'm
that now
saying,
says
that
all the
everything.
Scrum, all those people, those Scrum Master.
I agree with you. I'm still waiting for her to land in the thing that she actually does.
So what I'm trying to say now is you don't have to literally be, there are different parts of tech. And so you don't literally have to be developing code.
I agree. That's Scrum.
That's Scrum.
That's Scrum. That's business analysis.
That's business analysis.
That's why I said that if you are utilizing the technology, you don't work in IT.
So it's not in that. It's not in that. because you want to talk about database, and sometimes when you talk about database, you want to talk about work tools.
It's still not technical. It's not, from an IT professional's perspective, it's not. You're still a consumer. You're not a professional.
Well, what me I've just tried to say is, so you're saying like professional, because I think that you're leaving it at that sphere where you think that those who are developing, and then I understand. But I'm just saying that everything that we do now is
Also, that's where she's coming from, yeah.
Yeah, no, so I agree.
Yes,
Everything
she
is
agrees.
driven by tech. But when we talk about tech professionals, we're talking about people that make the tech available for you to use, not you that uses the tech.
Front end and back
So there are
end.
various roles in there that are even not directly related to tech, like Scrum, like business analysts, but they are still, if they are in the organization, they will be inside the tech organization, inside the company.
Yes.
You get it?
So I get what you're saying. But at the end of the day, we're all together. You cannot say you eat dog meat, you need to take the water.
But somebody must kill the dog.
But somebody must, but the person who kill dog, you know they chop out.
You get.
I don't understand. I go kill dog, no chop the dog.
What are you
What are you
saying?
saying?
Really? But you don't kill him. You know the things when they enter your body when you kill him.
Because
You
messy.
can't get out of
Let's
it.
let's
We're just
stick
saying
with
we're all
you.
in this thing.
What did you find in the news?
Don't stick with me. Okay, quickly. So this is what I found from the handle of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluwemi Tinubu, CON, tweeted, "Today, as we unveil the hashtag One Nigeria Unity Fabric, my heart is actually full of joy. Not my heart, her heart." That's what she said. This fabric represents our nation's unity and was inspired by my visit to Zimbabwe in 2023, where I saw a similar initiative. I introduced the idea to the Renewed Hope Initiative, and it became a reality through the creativity of young Nigerians. So, Ms. Bamidele, you say you're going to have
Mofi follower.
Mofi Folua. Okay, designs embodies our diverse culture and will be proudly worn on Independence Day and other national celebration. Oh, that works. This project will support local textile industries, create jobs, and celebrate Nigerian strength as one united Nigeria. Congratulations to those who participated. Your talent is our future. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I was just thinking that we're going to just have spinners of the, just have like, see different pictures of it and just, flip that, just all it is. But that works. Finally, I think that, the singles eventually have like an ashwabi. Every other time, 2024 has been filled with lots of weddings and people just buy ashwabi. So I think that this is great that finally we have
the spirit behind it is certainly good. Again, I think that some of these things sometimes, as well-meaning as they are, if I was managing PR, if I was managing perspectives, certain things, perhaps the timing is not right. So the reception is then embodied by, we're dealing with all of these other challenges. How is this as important? But I mean, I love the fact where, of course, it was competition was created out of it, and young people were able to participate, and the winner got a good sum of money. So in that sense, I applaud it. But
yeah, but in the other sense, if you should notice, I decided to start off on a lighter note and just play around it because, like you said, there seemed to be a very huge disconnect with those who are calling the shot. The fact that this was actually introduced to the Renewed Hope agenda or the Renewed Hope initiative, and it was embraced at this time. Calls for a lot of question. You need to go check out the comments and the reactions from Nigerians. Like you said, it's actually misplaced. I think we have a lot of other issues, and some people have said that be careful as you're complaining because you might just get rice. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that.
Indeed, Franca.
Okay, so the SIM and the NIN linkage, 65 million GSM links risk disconnection. So I don't know how this is news though, because I hear somewhere that they're already selling our NIN.
So what is causing the risk of disconnection? Is it that they don't have NIN?
Because they are not able to register.
Why are they
They're not able to register, or they haven't gone to register?
They are not, so they queue, so they haven't registered, and they are not going to extend the dates. So they are not for registration, and they are not putting into context the number of people
Yeah, but this thing has been on for a long time.
For a
There's been a
very
lot
long
of
time.
time. So
But
I
Uti,
understand
but if you go back there today, you will still see the queue.
But that's the reason. It's because over time, they've kept extending and leaving it. Nigerians leave it and leave it. And
Until
then
it
when it's
becomes
close
very
to the
severe.
deadline, then we
they'll-
close. So basically what I'm doing now is saying, look, I'm going to force your hand. If I extend it again, what will happen is you will say, okay, no, let me wait till next week. So if I block it, right, then now it becomes paramount for you to do either one of two things. Get your NIN and unblock it, or even if you're going to get a new line, you still have to get the NIN. So you basically are now saying it is an absolute must, and we have to do it at some point.
Yeah, at some point, yeah, we have to do
Yes.
it. But does everybody have the NIN?
I do have my NIN.
Many years ago.
No, when I'm not us. What we're talking, we are not the people.
And no, that's what I'm saying. That so I've had my NIN I got my NIN I think in 2017 or 2018. So that's what I mean. That was at least even if I say 2019, right? That's 5 years ago. 5 years is enough time for everybody to get it.
You know, so for me,
Okay.
I'm not sure if that was NIN then.
It was always NIN.
It was
From the day it came out.
So 2010.
So the number is still the same.
No,
The
I
process-
understand what I'm
yeah.
saying. So this is where I'm coming from, because I remember my first instance at having the NIN. I think I turned 18 that period, and I was literally qualified to have my NIN. So I went on the registration, but I never got any. Sort of
No, but you are given the
Uti,
number immediately.
No one
Uti,
gave me
that's not what
anything. I
happened.
never got
Initially,
back. So
they
that
called it
entire
the
process
national
was
ID. Initially,
Yes.
it was called the national ID. In fact, I misplaced my own because I did that like maybe 2007 or thereabouts.
No, so that's why I'm saying
So
that
when
this
they
this
stopped
current
that-
NIN. Yes, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
what
That
she's saying is
I'm
that
saying that
initially
that
it
initial
wasn't called
process-
NIN.
I know, and I'm saying that this current NIN
Yeah.
was born
out of that
in
one.
Out of that-
2017. My son was one
Okay.
when it came out, and when this particular NIN came out, the reason what they now forced was that if you didn't have a passport, so everything they had done before that,
Me, I'm just
children
saying-
didn't have to get it.
Yes, and so what I'm saying is at that time the process was wasn't
Just yes,
it was just
initially
there.
That's
it was
why
easy.
I'm saying
So because
that I don't
still-
even want
still
to go
went
back that
and
far.
then ask, so I had to do it all over again.
That's my
Yes,
point.
yeah, you have to do it
so
all
I'm
over
saying that
again.
do it all over again. This current one started from 2017. You don't have any reason.
But you don't get the point, Uti.
I get you, and I'm
Uti,
saying
no.
I hear you. I
What
hear
did
your
I- what-
point.
what is my point?
It's long time.
No, that's not even
Okay,
it.
what's the point?
My point is, this NIN thing, you should make it available. It's not.
It's available everywhere. That's why
No, but
telcos
it-
can do it. At first, when they started, it was just NIMSI.
Okay.
Because of the
But
expanded to
apart
give
from
people
apart from the fact that it was
opportunities.
NIMSI, it was contracted. There
It was yes.
you had the middleman, and it was also you paid for it. Did you pay for yours?
No.
because I paid for
But
mine.
guess what? Sometimes
doesn't-
when they
so-
Uti, sometimes you go and register with those middlemen. When you go back, they tell you they can't even find it.
But at least you have the number. So I'm not arguing with you that
Okay.
these issues don't exist. I'm
Okay.
saying that you as an individual, don't talk of the collective. Everybody has had at least 7 years. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that in that period, if you were dedicated to getting it, that you won't have solved your
But I
problems.
think it's also linked to your account. So if you don't have if you don't have it in your account, you can't even
But
run your account,
the
right?
government has been has been going to, even at that, when the government first said NIN, till now, when they had to then make NIN compulsory, even for tier 1 accounts, there are still millions of accounts today that are blocked because they don't have NIN. But let's not digress. Today's topic is not NIN.
I'm also thinking that they should also consider the fact that they need to take it away from those who are charging, because it has to be free.
No, it is free. That's
No,
my point.
then why are
No.
we paying?
Who did
People
they
are
pay?
paying.
They
I
paid.
paid.
You paid. When did you do yours?
I don't remember.
That's my point. They've expanded this thing. They've expanded all of these things. Yes, I'm not disagreeing. When I did mine, I did it with NIMSI. I didn't pay. They used agents to expand. At some point, they pay. Today, telcos don't charge you. You can do it. Passport office. They are different places. That's why I said if you really wanted your NIN by now, you'd have gotten it.
Okay, not maybe.
Anyway, so we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive into today's topic. Please stay with us.
Nigeria, by extension, Africa, is faced with a lot of challenges.
With the growing youth population and very little engagement.
That is a ticking time bomb.
We're blessed people with a diverse culture who have a lot to say.
And yes, we are talking.
It is important we drive conversations that informs, inspires, and influences thoughts and actions.
If we say there is beauty in diversity, then let us embrace our diverse culture.
We must continue to courageously be the voice of transformation.
As we are the hope for the future, yesterday's conversation shaped today.
What are you saying to shape your tomorrow?
We know you have a lot to say, and we are here to hear you.
Tonight, we're exploring a hot button issue in Lagos, the recent hike of boarding fees for public schools, which has now soared to 100,000 naira per term under the current Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's new policy. This is coming after the increment of school fees across state and federal universities. Now, of course, this increment has caused protests by parents at the government office in Ikeja in Lagos State. Also, human rights lawyer Femi Falana, SAN, has condemned the recent increment in school fees by the federal and Lagos State governments, describing it as illegal. Although the Lagos State government says an increase in boarding fees in its model colleges is inevitable to ensure better welfare of the students. So tonight we'll explore how this fee increase aligns with the state government's commitment to balancing the financial sustainability of our public schools and supporting student welfare. So, this topic, Lagos boarding fees hike, balancing the costs and student welfare. So when I saw this, right, my first reaction was shock. To be honest, I didn't know what our schools cost, right? And when I saw 100,000 naira, I quickly did the math, right? This is 100,000 naira per child, and I only have one child. So it's easy for me to do the math, right? And I think that a school term is 13 weeks, right? And 13 weeks times 7 is 70, 20, about 91 days. 91. If I remove, in every term, there is 5 days of midterm break. If your school gets 5 days, I think, in fact, the government colleges, I don't think they get 5 days. I think they get like 3 days.
Yes, 3 days.
So that's about 88 days. Now, if I divide 100,000 by 88, that's about 1K. No, it's just over 1K per day. And I thought if I would feed my child 3 square a day, it's 1,000 plus.
Oh, so that means you're for the increase?
No, I'm just even doing the math. It's not about for or against. I'm taking you through the thought process and breakdown that I had in my head. And I was trying to say, so today, do I spend 1,000 plus, less than 2,000 naira a day to feed my child 3 times a day?
Okay.
I don't. It's not feasible. A loaf of bread used to be 300 naira. Now it's between 1.6, in fact, 2.2. My bakery is 2.2. That loaf of bread, if you leave my son, he will eat half. In fact, if you don't, he can comfortably eat, okay, maybe after half his tummy will start paining him. So he will eat like half in one sitting.
Okay.
Because we know that bread these days, when you press it in an air full,
soft.
That's like 800 naira. Out of that 1,000 for the day. How much is an egg right now? I know people might say that what I'm counting are things that maybe most kids do not eat. Right. But it doesn't matter. I tried to think of it. Like I said, my general assessment was, what will 1,000 plus? And I'm not talking about an adult's appetite now.
No, but Uti, what you should be looking at is the people who attend the schools and what they can afford.
That's what I'm coming to now. That's why I said that. Again, it's trying to break down. Even if you say, what can they afford? Even if you say they're not eating 3 times a day. Even if you are buying Mama Put.
Uti, but what was the cost before the increment?
35,000.
35,000.
So I'm just telling you, that's times 3.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing, no. I'm not trying to isolate as if these people and these costs
But is this
do
not
not
where the government is
exist
supposed to come in
in
and say,
Nigeria.
oh, because
No,
they
no,
want
no.
to...
I don't want us to jump. Yes, you can come to the government, what the government can do.
Yeah.
I've not gotten there. I'm simply trying to establish
that
how the cost of living
is
in Nigeria generally. Because, you know, when I was reading I went to read different articles of the story in different publications. And I kept seeing this reference to, it's just a hike with no context. And I'm like, petrol was how much? Bread was how much? That's why it came from the context of when I first saw the story. My thought process was to do that calculation of how many days and how much it would actually take to eat. Not from the perspective of an adult, but a child.
A child, yeah.
So I'm not even, we will come to that context that you're going to. But I'm even just trying to set the baseline of what does it take to feed a child today. So this is boarding schools. If that child was at home, what will it take to feed the child, right? Before you now bring in the qualifier or the segmentation of, okay, what can the parents afford, right? And this is, we're still talking one child. Some people have 2, some people have 3, some people have 4.
Some people have 5.
Thank you. So the point I'm trying to make is, let's first acknowledge the drivers. That is food cost. Food inflation is over 33%, or inflation in general. Let me know. I'm not sure about food inflation. Inflation is nearly at 33%. I think as at the end of August, it dropped to 32.15, thereabouts. So inflation is already a problem, right? So if we take that baseline to say, first and foremost, everything has increased. So an increase is not out of place. That's just fact, right? Before you qualify whether the increase is whatever, cost of living, cost of eating
I don't think that's
has
the
gone
issue
up.
why people are upset.
No. I've not come to why they're upset. I'm setting the baseline.
So why didn't you set the baseline when they refuse to increase minimum wage?
Again, increasing minimum wage, it gets where they pluck money. If you are going to increase minimum wage, the money must come from somewhere. I'm going somewhere. You know, you see, this thing, I like to be logical about things.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's take minimum wage, because that's where Femi Falana came from.
Yes.
Femi Falana said if a parent is earning 70,000,
yes,
right, at 300K over a 3 months, over 3 months is 4 months, right? He said it's about 28.
300K times over.
No. We're talking about the 100K per term. A term is 4 months. Let's just say. So the story broke it down to saying it's about 28K, right? Now, the point is, that is to say now that if you have one child, out of that you're 70K, 28K is out of it.
And if you have 3?
And if you have 3. Now, I come to this point where I say, how many children do you have? Do you have 2 children? You have 2. Okay. I have 1 child.
Okay.
There is a choice we make as people, particularly in this part of the world, to do things above our means.
True.
Right?
True.
So, I have family members. You don't have a job, you don't have a wife. Your wife doesn't have a job, but you have 5 kids.
4 kids, yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I agree with you.
So, I'm not even, that line of thought comes to, and I want to point out something whilst we're saying this.
Okay.
In that, this hike, again, is because it's government school. Not if it's private school. This hike has been happening on an annual basis for how many years?
So you say this, when you say government schools, they said there's free education. Public schools are supposed to have free education.
Now you are coming to free education. Remember, this is boarding. So this is a choice now to relinquish the feeding of your child, not just once a day, to the government. Because if I go to day school, I eat breakfast before I leave my house. I eat. So again, I don't, the freeness gives you education, not food to come and eat on the government.
But we had this conversation outside here, and
so this is
Mercy
actually
said something that the location, transport. We're talking about this, and you brought up something.
No, so yeah, I think we'll definitely get to that point. But so I'd like to understand, being that we're just establishing, putting flesh to all of this. So this increase is just because those people are boarders.
From what I've read, I hear it's for the welfare, so it's for feeding, it's for boarding.
No, it's just for boarders.
It's for boarders.
It's not for everybody.
Okay, for everybody.
Okay, so what if did they also give options that students can decide to still be there and their parents feed them?
Oh no, it's not possible.
Borders, if you go to boarding school,
If you
you
go
are
to
born
boarding
to
So
boarding
I'm just
school.
saying.
No. So
Mercy,
see,
don't bend
Mercy,
this
that's not
conversation.
I'm not trying to.
Don't bend this
Mercy, don't even
conversation.
bring that one.
No.
So you know what? That's why I said that it's optional for you to send your child to a boarding school or not.
Exactly.
And then somebody raised the fact. I think it was you that said
So
they will still spend
one
that
of the
money on
concerns,
transport money
first
to
off,
get to school.
So the reason why I tried to establish the baseline of what it takes to feed a child is what you are now saying.
Transport money.
Because if your child was in your house and not a border,
It's even more.
I'm not even talking about transportation now. Even just on food alone, you would spend that,
Okay.
right?
So you're saying that is valid.
I am.
That's what
What
I
am I
mean.
saying?
That's where you're driving
going
this
to.
to.
No. So I haven't even made the point about whether it's valid
But
or
that's
not.
where it's going.
Because now let's talk about.
Uti, finish one.
No, because you people are jumping.
No, we're not
So I'm
jumping. No,
following
finish.
you.
No, just finish. Let's
That's
let her
why I
finish.
said that.
Uti,
No,
let's
I've
finish.
established the facts I want to
That's-
establish. Cost of
okay.
living has increased.
So that means
if
it's
my child was
justified.
not in school, I
You
would spend
spend
more than
more than
1,000
that.
naira.
So that means
Yes.
the increase is
So
justified.
the increase is valid.
Valid. Good.
Justified is a different word.
Okay.
The increase is valid.
Okay.
Now, you now made a point
Yeah.
about can the people
It's optional. You don't have
afford
to
it?
say- yeah.
It's optional.
It's optional.
1. 2, you as a parent, right? Do you want your child to eat well? Do you want your child to be healthy? Right? You want your child to have the mental acuity to learn when they go to school. All of this being said, if somebody tells me to increase the money I'm paying so they can feed my child better, I will pay it.
Optional.
But they will say that the alternative is...
Your child should
So
come from home.
if we jump to the other side of the divide now, which is 35,000 naira, you were feeding them on 35,000 naira. Now you want to feed them on 100,000 naira. If it's 1,000 students in the school, you've gone from 35 million to 100 million.
Okay, Uti, I want to get your point.
No, I'm not speaking to the point that you said, because you said that the children that have the children that are going to that school, can their parents afford it?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's
So
not an
they can't
affordability
afford-
conversation.
No, guess what? No, see, you see, the people who come to that school, you understand, when it was even, like you said something, public private schools have been increasing like forever. Nobody put mouth for that one. But this is not government school. You get, and at the government, they pay a minimum wage of 70,000. So where do they want these people to get the money from? You increase the price, and where do you want them? Do they do something else?
The people that are earning this minimum wage of 70,000, are they trees?
They're human beings.
They are not trees.
No.
Do they have to work for the government?
So that's what, you don't get my point.
I get, okay, make your
so
point.
they don't have to work for the government, but right now they're working for the government. Are you asking them to resign?
I'm asking them to find new job if they don't like their salary. That's why I asked you if they are trees.
So
Find
when
new
they
jobs
get-
where?
Wait, pending
When
they
you
lose
say
their
they
job.
should find new
Pending
jobs, where did they
lose their
find
job,
these
how
new
they want pay
jobs?
school fees?
Wow.
Sorry?
I am very shocked.
Pending when they're looking for new jobs, what happens? Who will pay the school fees?
No,
I
no,
didn't say
wait,
they should
where did they
resign.
even
I said
find
they
the
should
job?
find new job.
When they won't find
Well,
out?
yes, that they're going to resign to find new job now.
The people that are selling market or doing something else.
Uti, I don't
The
talk
question
about
I
the-
asked
Okay,
simply,
wait, let
I've
me
said it
ask
from the
you.
beginning that I don't understand this point where you they try
I've
make.
made my point.
That-
My point is simple. Cost of living has gone up.
Good.
So feeding a child with 100K that you used to feed with 35K is not
So my
crazy.
point is, if the government knows that these things have gone up, what are they doing to help the person?
That's why I said that, hold on, you are jumping to what the government is going to do. You know they like Facebook.
But they should do it before they increase the boarding fee.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Hello, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
The government, free education.
Uti, I don't understand you they talk.
When you talk
These
about
people are supposed to pay
this
actually pay this money this September, right?
this conversation.
No,
now,
they ask
now,
you.
let's come back to
thing,
it.
When they won't pay the money,
Wait, can I say something
There's
here?
a very entitled
I didn't hear,
mentality.
I
it
didn't
is not
hear.
about entitlement.
I'm here.
Uti, no,
Yes,
it
say
is not
something.
about
I'm here.
entitlement.
I'm here.
You're with me.
No, I'm not with you.
Say something.
I'm on this show.
Say something, Mercy.
I want to say something. Whether
Okay,
or
Mercy,
not.
hold that thought, please.
Okay.
Let's take a break. Let's calm down. We'll be right back. If you've just tuned in, it's our ladies' night out, and we're discussing Lagos boarding fees hike, balancing the costs, and student welfare. Please let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation by sending us an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0818-038-4663. Our phone line is also now open. You can call us on 0702-500-7749, 0701-424-2420. So please call us. As you can see, we all have very different opinions right now. Franca, we hear you. No, sorry, Mercy. Hold that point. Mercy.
So, in all of this, I would always like to draw attention back to the fact that the reason why government exists is to ensure that lives and properties are protected. Government exists to ensure that, life is easy for the people. The welfare of the people would always be a priority. That's a reminder, it's in the Constitution. And so when we begin to take, certain decisions and chunk out policies, and then we try to want to defend those, but it's not logical. First off, we understand that there's inflation. We understand that, the cost of, goods and services and everything has gone up. How did we even get there? If the government were doing their bid as a people, we literally would not even get here. If you look at the monetary policy that has been introduced by this government, when this government came on board, what did they do? Flotation of your naira. In the same government, you remove subsidy. In one economy, that's a disaster already. You don't need to. I don't need to go to Harvard. It's just very basic economics that you can't do the two things at the same time, and that's why we're grappling. An economy that is highly dependent on import for survival. That even the list of things that we consume, that we eat, staple food as rice, even the rice that the government is distributing to everybody, where do we even have enough to distribute? We actually have to import that. So there's a lot of reason why we're where we are first off with inflation. And so if we want to blame it on inflation, and that's why we should increase it. But let's also be human. And that's where I understand that, those who would speak for the law would say, morality is not law. And so therefore, if we're asking the government to have a human face, then it doesn't have a human face. But we have to be very realistic. For every society, you have the haves and the haves not. And for some people who are going on, we're eating, 3 square meal. Even if we're not eating 3 square meal, we can afford. But the big question is, what happens to low-income families? Can they afford it? What will not happen to education? Would some people have to drop out? Let's not also forget about the number of kids that are also out of school children. According to the recent statistics, if you want to look at them from UNICEF, we're looking at 14-point-something million kids that are out of school as of 2024, the latest data that is available to us. And so then again, you begin to ask the question, what now becomes of those income? Because when two elephant fights, there's that adage that says that it's the grass that suffers. So at the end of the day, the people that will suffer is the haves not. Those who do not have, those who are low-income family, they begin to struggle. So it now takes us back to what was the real essence why we had boarding school introduced. Let's look at that. Let's begin to look at why, we had the boarding school introduced in the first place. What was the origin of it? Children. Okay, it wasn't to feed children. But how do you now bring your people together and not feed them? Is it possible to gather people together?
Nobody's asking
even
you
in
not
those
to feed
meetings,
them. They're just simply asking you to
So I understand, but I'm just saying that, just like we say, is it the right time for us to do all of this? What about the frivolities that government is expending into?
So now that's my point. So if you want to talk about the frivolity
because
of government,
you see government
talk about
acting frivolously in terms of her spending, buying...
No, but I think what
if she wants to talk about frivolity,
I understand where
that's what I agree with. You can tell me that.
I am saying, Uti, I'm saying that before you are saying that it's valid, the cost of living has gone up. So therefore, if you have a child, if the child was at home, I'm saying that the cost of living went up because somebody failed at their duty. There are policies that this country is running on that has made the cost of living to go up, and you can tell because you have the knowledge of economics.
I'm saying that I'm not disagreeing with you, right? That's why I said let's be clear.
Okay.
Let's not layer things as if they are intertwined.
We're not layering.
No, you have made your point.
Okay.
I want to give Franca the chance now to make her point.
So
we established
for
it.
Everybody to
so
say,
my point has been made.
What is your point?
Oh, she
said that I have said that this cost has gone up.
Yes.
The increase is valid.
So you're saying
right?
that the parents should not complain.
Mercy, I'm not saying they shouldn't complain.
So that's what we're so right? Let everybody state their point.
So my point is this, right?
Yes.
First of all, the cost of the food has gone up.
We agree.
Right? Parents, you chose to take your child to boarding school.
Fine.
There is a cost associated to it.
Good.
The cost has gone up.
Okay.
Pay it. If you do not like it, find an alternative.
Good.
That's a fact.
I
Now,
agree with you.
Me, I
Mercy
have
is
said
establishing
yes,
the fact that the drivers of those costs going up
It's
are the
because
fault of the government.
So
now, the point that you initially started
so what
off with,
happens now?
and it's the
She's
fault of the
saying that-
government. I'm saying that the fault of the government.
she's
and as
blaming
such,
the driver.
No, you see, she's blaming the driver, and so because of that, is she saying that they shouldn't send the children back home if they don't pay those fees?
She hasn't
or what
gone
happens?
there. That's what I'm
So
saying.
that's what I'm saying. So
You are-
what's
she,
the
she
point?
has said what she has to say. She has
Yes.
made her point, which
Good.
is that the thing that has caused the increase in the cost is also driven by the government.
Fine.
That's all she has said. She's not tying it to anything else. You add your point.
So same way I've said that if you want to increase the boarding fee because you know the people who are going to pay this money, you also give them enough money to pay it. That's what I'm saying.
Where do you work?
I'm self-employed.
Do you employ people?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever asked any of them the cost of their children's school fees on your work application?
Oh, yes, I have.
On your work application?
Not work application, after work application.
See, that's what I'm saying. So if the person now comes to you today and tells you that your cleaner tells you that their child is in a school of 1 million, you will increase their school fees?
No, I won't increase
You increase their
school-
salary?
No, but guess what? You don't know, Uti, that's not it. Let
No,
me tell
but-
you
but-
what
but-
it is.
but no,
Uti,
see,
no.
I
Uti,
would
no,
not-
I do not agree with you because this is a government school. This is the government. You understand? You
What is different about the government? Is money not money?
Money is money, but
But
what
how
I'm
is
saying
government
is
expending money that they don't have?
Sorry. Frivolity
No.
of spending is an established fact. I'm not arguing about
And
that.
I'm
No,
saying
but
that,
what
so
I'm
why do
saying
you
that
now?
Franca
no,
is
no,
making.
so no, but what? No, it's not even the. My point is, who is going to pay that money? It is not you and I that's going to pay that money.
Who is going to pay which money?
The boarding fee, because it's supposed to be a public school.
Who is paying your child's school fees?
No, it's supposed to be a public school.
Mind you,
I agree.
you
It's
also
supposed-
know that the
It's
issue
supposed
of
to
the
It's supposed to
free
be a
fare.
public school,
It's supposed
and it's
to
supposed to
be
be subsidized
a
for the
Exactly. The government has told you I can only subsidize to the tune of 100,000 naira.
Yes, but you
If
don't
like
begin to implement
like
it immediately. No.
Has the cost of the food not gone up? When do you
But
want them
then-
to implement it?
What is the then they will think of something to do. That's
Which
just
is
you
what
can't
now?
just you can't.
So this is my problem with when we talk about these things. We just say it shouldn't be, but we don't have answers. Think of what to do. Tell me,
Yes,
are you
but they
telling
should-
me that you know what?
Uti.
Ask me now.
Uti.
No, let me ask you this
Okay,
direct
fine.
question. Since
Yes.
you said that the people that are paying 70,000
Okay,
naira,
I see what
hold
else-
on.
okay.
People that are paying 70,000 naira,
Yeah.
cannot afford this money.
Yes.
What percentage of that 70,000 naira is tax?
Yes, but it's the government that doesn't want to tax it.
What percentage?
No, but listen, if
I
Uti,
didn't ask whether they are
Uti, whatever
taxing.
it is, it
Oh,
goes back to the government.
Franca, hear
If they
my
do the right,
question.
Uti, no. Those people,
see, I see what
Uti,
Tamia
no.
cannot
Whether you are
do.
saying whatever it is you're saying is not making any sense to me right now.
It
Why
cannot
I
make
say
sense to you
yes, because
as
why
far as
I
you are
say that
concerned,
no,
as long as we don't blame
it is
the
the
government,
no, it's
then
not about no. I'm
nothing
not
else
saying
is valid.
no, it's not that. I'm just saying be
No,
fair.
but see.
I'm saying be fair.
See, let's be very. You said you like to be very logical and rational, and I'm also of that school of thought. And I understand that things have actually gone up.
Yes.
Right? But you also need to understand the things have gone up. Who made the things to go up?
Lagos State is increasing
No,
and
no,
they pay
wait,
25 million
let's
to
leave
somebody
that.
to do Ankara.
Let's also look at, another dimension to it now. Okay? So the people now, the things have gone up. Have their money gone up?
And I'm asking you that you are sitting here, has anybody asked you whether your costs have gone up and your money and your employer has increased your money?
But they are not asking, but they are using 25 million. They are giving somebody 25 million to do Ankara.
No,
What are you even justifying?
Like I went back to you again and I reminded you of that part of the Constitution where it is the government. They have
Education is free.
It's not. Wait.
Feeding your children.
Wait. Education is not free. See, there are some.
Please,
Wait
they
now.
buy their books.
Franca, wait. There are some schools. It's free. It's not every state that has actually even implemented the free. The free education from primary to secondary school. That's a lot. There are some states that are not even sitting on that stool.
That's a problem.
That's
we
another
can talk
one.
about.
That's
a problem.
a different thing entirely. Now, for those states that we have actually come, I'm still also reminding you that the reason why we have government existing is to make life easy for people, not to make it hard. So even in the midst of all of this, everything that is going on, well, you have stayed you develop climes. You know how it is. At this point, as things are going bad, government go down shift more money, put for your account, buy for gas, reduce.
And you don't live abroad. You don't live abroad.
You never live abroad. You know how they be. They go they subsidize. They go they say.
Sorry, hold on. Now when we are saying these things, hold on.
But yeah, they go they press on it.
40% in taxes when you earn 10,000 naira.
You dey see work.
Collect your 4,000 naira. Nobody's asking you.
You dey see the work. You dey see the work. You dey see what they do.
You dey see what they use your 40% do.
But that's my point. How many of you are paying taxes? I asked the question. That's 70,000 naira. How much are you paying in taxes?
No, that's not the thing.
Let's open our phone
But let me
lines.
tell you, in the UK, they don't wait for you to pay. They take it off your pay.
Exactly.
So why is the government not taking it?
They still take taxes.
They take it. So they took
that they are taking.
Whatever percent they take, that's their business.
Yeah, you know,
in fact,
if we are going to
they
have
take
a
it and they don't use it for anything reasonable.
That's you saying they don't use it for
no,
anything
but that's
reasonable.
they chose to
Those
take a certain
public schools
percentage.
are open. Those public schools are open.
So
you say they don't choose to use it. See,
but
Mercy established a fact. I'm not arguing the frivolities here. I'm sticking on topic. Topic is 100K inflation. Money has gone from 35 to 100.
Okay, so
nobody said it's wrong.
But you kept asking me if it was
no, you don't know. Nobody saying what they have done. Was saying if you want to do that, you have to put things in place. That's my point.
You are always saying put things in place, and I'm saying this thing, the problem we will continue to have in this country is that we think that the government will solve all things. We will be here and we'll be saying this in 100 years.
Let's be here.
But because it is government, we need to do a reminder, maybe from time to time.
There's a reason why, hold on, there's a reason why in the abroad that you are talking about, in the abroad you are talking about, even you, if you had a choice, you wouldn't send your child to public school. The public school exists. Meal programs are expensive. Even in the public school, you pay for food. Right? And it is expensive.
There's always option. It's not compulsory.
It's not compulsory. Nobody's asking
it's not compulsory because you take your food when you want to take.
And it is expensive.
But Uti,
so this entitlement that we have,
it's not entitlement. No,
it's not.
So I bring it back. So let me bring it back again.
Let's be clear.
Let me remind you.
It's not any sense of entitlement. If people had the money, they would
let's go back to the
constitution.
So what's the option?
Because our government is frivolous, it means that entitles us to something.
So what is the option?
People that are going to the public schools, they don't have jobs.
It's not a matter of entitlement.
It is
a matter of providing public goods and ensuring that we are okay. See, it is in the constitution that the government...
It's okay. It's okay for somebody that is earning 70,000 naira to have 5 children. It's okay.
Now, that one is a different thing.
That was a different... You said we should stick to the point. You said stick to the point. Don't bring up many
children. Wait. Relax.
We're together.
Relax.
One child.
I'm not together with
5
you.
children.
I'm on my own. But wait.
It's entitlement.
I don't agree with you.
Let's not be rowdy. Let's not be rowdy now. Let's talk so that we can hear ourselves, right? So I get your point. And I want to remind you that it is the responsibility of government. It is enshrined. It is a law. It's there. That the welfare of the people shall be a priority. It shall be it is government's life to make our life easy.
Security.
Welfare, when you talk about welfare, what is the welfare?
No.
Chineke.
Responsibility. Is the word welfare or is the word security?
No, it's welfare. It's there. It's in the constitution. There's no time. We're out of time. It's welfare. Uti is welfare.
Check.
It's welfare. Oh yeah, let's check now. Somebody should check for us. It's there verbatim in the constitution. It says the welfare of the. It shall be the. So it's the responsibility of government. So they tell me that one.
So now it's in terms of entitlement.
It's the responsibility of the government to make sure that you're fed. But you know work, just collect.
No be say they
not be China say people know they bomb more than 5 children.
Wait,
China that said they are bombing only one child, they are foolish.
Why government not do it for Nigeria?
They are foolish.
No,
I beg Uti, we don't know what you talk. Sense of entitlement.
This is where I want to go back. You raised a point about why 5 because I always ask that question. My grandmother used to tell me that saying a poor man pikin they get sense, but I wish my grandmother would be here. Let me question her because I have seen differently, right? Now you raised a question about why would somebody not have 5 kids and then you expect government to do all of that. But once upon a time, I think I caught up with that era in this country where you had the Ministry of Orientation and Sensitization doing a lot of... They were putting out jingles. See, at the National Orientation, I used to hear... sometimes they just come up with little jingles as to, no, do like this, not do like this. See, when you talk about welfare, you know what welfare is. It's encompassing. And it includes all of this information. And that's why we have government. I am saying that government has relegated her responsibility and sat back at the back seats.
And that's why it's quick to increase price.
Because, religion has come. Some people believe that I have the right to have 5 children or 10 children, even when you don't have the means. Because now
I agree with you, it's wrong.
But whose information is it to put the people straight? Yes? Government is there. What is the Ministry of Orientation and Information doing? What did they pay people for that place so they do?
Very soon you will blame the government because you cannot lift your hand.
No. Yes? No. Anything that is wrong right now.
Anything that is wrong right now is the government.
That's it. And on that note, I don't have anything to add
again.
Uti. Because you people just decide that you want to blame the government. I want to have logical conversation.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I cannot.
No. But I'm just trying to tell you that.
Continue.
No, what I'm trying to say is,
continue.
What I'm trying to say, you need to understand that at the end of the day, government is at the center of everything. You cannot take out government. After God, now government. They don't talk them. They never talk them before.
Keep
You
waiting for the
can't take
government.
down. We're not saying keep waiting.
What did
We're just
Falana
saying
say?
that you can't take them out.
What was Falana's case?
Falana said that is in the constitution to educate, and I agree.
Okay.
It's body fee we're talking about.
We have messages.
Food. That's what we're talking about. That's what he said. Free education is in the constitution.
Yes.
That's what he said. He did not say that you have a right to eat.
Well, I can come back to that part too. But
I agree with you. I agree with you about it.
We have a message from Niyo Mole. It says, good evening, Lazit. Oh, we have a call from Loma from Abia State.
Hello.
Good evening, Loma. Let's hear what you have to say. Hello, Loma. Are you with us? Hello, Loma. Good evening. Can you hear us? Okay, so I'll take the comment from Niyo Mole. Hopefully, Loma can get back to us. So it says, good evening, Lazit. Isn't it ironic? The same government that feels 70K minimum wage is high is now saying cost of feeding children and boarding school fees need to go up. The truth is we have a failed country and government who long abdicated their primary responsibilities of security and welfare of the people as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution. Same governments carry on like they are living in another Nigeria, living lavishly, telling Nigerians to sacrifice. Hard fact is, these same people in government enjoyed a far better Nigeria growing up with free education. Now this I can get behind. Well qualified. Okay, Loman, I understand you're back.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear sister. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
I want to tell you I'm not fight though.
You remember to beat ourselves.
See, but let me tell us. Any government that is very, very sensitive to the plight of the people that are governing, especially in this time, that the politicians have decided to impoverish us, to ridicule us, to make us look like a non-entity. Nobody should increase any boarding school fee. It's quite unfortunate that they don't know that some families doesn't eat to send their children to school. Some families doesn't have bread on their table, but they keep on skyrocketing school fees, boarding fees. I want to ask them, does it mean that they are not filled with human kindness? So I want to use the opportunity to tell our politicians, all these things we are getting, one day we came into this world empty. It is sure that we are going back empty. So the opportunity you have now, use it for the betterment of Nigerians. Make sure that you subsidize things so that people will go to school, people will enjoy the government they voted in. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Loma.
So,
please read the Constitution.
Of course, that part of the Constitution where I wanted to say
security
I didn't remember.
and welfare.
Yes, it's section 14. It has always been, and subsection 2 of the Constitution, 1999 as amended, provided that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. And so every other time, because...
So unto such, under the umbrella of security and welfare, everything
I'm trying to say
irresponsible
that
behavior should be endorsed. Go ahead.
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
just trying
Go
to
ahead.
say
By
that.
all means, go ahead.
No, Uti, see, nobody's saying that.
Nobody is saying.
See, you need to understand that nobody's saying that. We're just saying that you cannot take. I've always believed that you can't take government out of the equation. There is nothing that you would do. Government is at the center of it. It will always be at the center of it. And then, yes, if things have actually gone up, like I said again, wait, how did we get there? Okay, that's a rhetorical question now. Fast forward. Okay, you are now saying you should increase it. But you're saying because you don't have money, you can't subsidize everything for everybody. You can't keep doing everything. Or how are you spending the money that is within your coffers?
Now you are asking the question that matters.
I mean, I have asked several questions and
now
I'm saying
you
the same
have
thing.
asked the question that matters, which is why I said that I'm not mixing soups, right? I did not say that the government is not spending irresponsibly. Okay. I am not saying that the government doesn't have its problems, but that a cost that is related to food went from 35,000 to 100,000, and somebody says why. I believe that the answer is written on the tablet.
No, we're not asking why. We're saying why now.
You asked me if it's valid.
No, why now?
Because that's what the food costs now.
Yes, but the same way, cost of living has gone up for everybody too.
That's my point. Now you have come in to decide of my own argument.
No, it has gone off everybody, so something should be done. They shouldn't just do that.
Something should be done, and I'm asking you.
You've also raised question that some people are not responsible.
What
because
do you want them to do?
Some of the things that you suggested, you talked about the fact that people.
That's why I said, tell me what you want them to
get a
do,
job.
and then we will.
And I'm
have
asking you
something.
that where are the jobs?
They should look for alternative jobs.
I'm looking for staff. I cannot find. So when you're saying where are the jobs, let's not go
Which
down
staff?
that road.
Where they find them? You know, no one ever announced them.
Please, just face your front. Let's not even go there at all. We've run out of time. Okay. Obviously, this is a very emotive conversation, and we have all been triggered today by this in one way or the other. But before we go, another thing that is important, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Official Upgrade TV. Please like, share, comment, share these arguments to your friends and family so that they can add their comments to the conversation, because that's what we like to drive here at Ways. So if you missed our quotes today, here it is. Oh God. School is not meant for the poor, only for the rich. Make of that what you will. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. when we bring another great conversation to your screen. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, it's Oluchi for Ways Breakfast. Thanks for always tuning in. Our research has shown that you're probably not subscribed to our channel. What are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you never miss out on our latest content and stay in the loop with all things Ways. If the channel grows, it means more great content for you guys. So hit that subscribe button now.